Let's get all sorted. I'm James.
And I'm Jeff. Today we're going to pick a brick. We're talking Erling.
As always, if you want to check out links to everything we're talking about today, head over to breakingdads.com.
Breakingdads.com?
Breakingdads.com.
You can also leave us a comment there, or you can find us on Twitter. I'm at Still Sorting.
And make sure to check out our Lego reviews on YouTube.
So today we're going to look at the only Lego element that is named after its designer, the Erling brick.
I like it. So, Jeff, how did the Erling brick get its name?
Well, let's start at the beginning. Back in 1924, actually, I don't know. One of the sad facts is there was not a lot of information about the designer of this brick, which is depressing because, like we said, it's the only brick that is named after a Lego designer.
And he's a pretty influential Lego designer.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So the man's name was Erling Dietrichson, and he was the designer who worked at Lego from the 70s through at least the 70s, and possibly...
Or the 90s.
Sorry, at least the 90s. What did I say, the 70s again?
70s through the 70s.
Yeah, that's... I know, from the 70s to the 90s, and I only know that from patent filings.
Right.
Now... at one point, I was able to find out he was the chief designer of the Lego City range. So, Lego's best-selling range. He was the lead designer on it. So, a high up at Lego for sure on the design team.
So for all we know, he could be cryogenically frozen at Lego or still, in fact, be in a dark room with a cat running the show. We have no idea.
We have no idea.
Okay.
Yes. He's his own little Schrodinger's designer.
Yes.
Here. He might be out there. He might not be out there.
We don't know.
Yes. But I do know that his name appears on at least 23 Lego patents as the inventor of whatever's being patented.
Wow.
Yes.
So what are some of the classic parts he brought us?
Well, he designed some classic parts for sure. In 1984, he's listed as the inventor of the wedge 4x4 triple inverted. So this is the front of the jet ski you'll see on a classic Lego build for jet ski.
And we'll put links to all these again on the website.
Yes.
Just because some of them are, when you describe them, you're like,
what? Wedge 4x4 triple inverted? What?
I think I know what you mean.
When you see it, you're going to go, oh, because it has appeared in 204 sets since 1984. Although they changed the design up in 2015, so it was last seen in 2014. Also in 84, because this piece goes with the other piece, the slope inverted 45 4x4 double.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I call it like the small boat hull is what I call it. Yeah. And it's appeared in 2015 sets.
215.
What did I say, 2000?
2000.
Oh, that would be impressive.
Yeah, that would be every set ever made.
215 sets since 1984. Pretty impressive. He also, you may have heard of this one, in 1988, the propeller 4-blade 5 diameter with rounded ends.
I've never heard of that one.
It's a propeller.
Okay.
It's a propeller that slides over the clippy thing the propeller slides on.
Excellent.
For making, the helicopters.
Yeah.
And it's appeared in 214 sets and is still in use.
Huh.
So, not bad from 1988. It's actually, the propeller has appeared in at least 2 sets every year since its creation and an average of 7 sets a year.
Man.
So it's getting use.
Now, Jeff, skill testing question. How many sets did all 3 of those pieces appear in together? You don't
I don't know, but for sure the wedge 4x4 triple inverted and the slope inverted 45 4x4 double were in a lot of the same sets. Yes.
There's the count on those for the number of sets is actually pretty close, so I'm sure there's a lot of crossover.
A lot with those two in
especially
particular. There'll be some where only one appears, but a good chunk. Yes, if you want to extend the wedge 4x4 triple inverted, you're going to use the slope inverted 45 4x4 double.
There's got to be a nickname for that piece.
If you like, if I was playing Lego with my brother and I needed him to pass it, I'd be like, pass me the small boat bottom.
We need
to
call
the small boat front.
Erling slope, the Erling wedge.
No. Let's not sully the name.
Oh, we can't.
Now, in 1977, Erling designs the 2x2 plate with turntable. Or as I called it, the Spinny thingy.
Yeah, I think that's technical.
And now This piece, while only the thickness of a standard plate, allowed a full 360-degree rotation, so adding untold versatility to Lego building.
Yeah.
So
that changes a lot.
Yes. And it's been pretty popular, as a total of 2,001 of them have been put in 693 sets over the next 38 years.
Wow.
Yes. So that's a lot of them in a lot of sets.
Yeah. Well, I get it makes sense. I mean, you've just changed the entire game.
Yes. You've literally changed the game.
What you can do, it's bonkers.
Yeah.
So there must have been, when he was trying to design some of these things, he must have just run up to these really annoying walls where he thought, I want to build this. Mm-hmm. And then went, well, that piece don't exist.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to invent that.
Yeah. Or I want it to look closer to the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because before...
that is what a lot of these seem to do, is they add that element.
Yeah. Or like the propeller, it's purely utilitarian.
Yeah.
I want to build a helicopter. I need something that spins. I can use the spinner, but then it hits against the other studs, and
you want it to spin. Period.
Yes.
So it's nice that it gives the play ability goes up big time. Having a boat that looks like a boat.
Yep.
Makes it play better because when you slide it around the floor, it doesn't just bang into things.
Yes.
And grind against corners and
drag into the carpet and stop.
Yeah,
for sure. Now, I would say the spinny plate, as I'm going to call it. If that was any other designer, that would probably be the part that they're most famous for. But Erling designed an even more versatile and useful part. In 1979, Erling gave us, I can call him Erling every time. I want him to be German, as I figured out what it is. Because to me, industrial designers are German.
You're thinking Earhart?
I don't know. I'm thinking he's going to build a rocket that's going to go into space. It's anyway. Erling, he gave us the part that Lego officially calls Angular Brick 1x1, which is a terrible name because it doesn't really describe it at all. Most users have given it the name the washing machine or headlight brick.
I like headlight brick.
Yes, because there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It was designed to make headlights on cars. It's perfect. But behind the scenes, other Lego designers refer to this brick as the Erling brick.
For good cause, yeah.
Yeah. It's to say that the Erling brick is useful is an understatement. Now, like we say, it was first designed purely to put headlights on car models. But Lego set designers quickly latched onto this brick and the unique geometry it presents to move building in a new direction. This usefulness has also allowed the Erling brick to show up in a staggering 1,515 sets since 1980.
Wow.
Or just over 28% of the Lego system sets released since it's come out.
To call it ubiquitous would be an understatement.
Yes.
It's in everything.
It's people often say that. They're like, it's in everything. I know. I mean, I don't have a huge Lego collection. I would want more, but I have a couple of drawer divider part sorters full of Erling bricks.
About 28%.
Yeah. So it's up there, and usually when you get them, you get a bunch, especially nowadays. So it, like I said, it has a unique geometry. It's got two studs, one on the top in the normal position and one on the side. It also has two anti-stud holes, so holes that studs fit into. Again, one on the bottom in the usual place, and then one on the opposite side of the studs. Because the stud side is recessed into the brick, it keeps the width of the brick the same as a standard Lego 1x1 brick. This also has the unique property that if you turn this brick on its side, and put a regular 1x1 plate on the side stud, it's now the same height as a 1x1 brick in the normal orientation. So it keeps that
geometry perfect.
Yes. The side stud is also hollow, so your standard elements can slide into it, like lightsaber blades or minifigure paint roller or spear gun, etc. So it's often used in the Lego Creator Expert modular buildings as a way to insert your lighting in the room.
So it must be, as a contemporary designers at Lego, this thing is just it's their ideal thing that they can use for any purpose. And whenever they run into a wall, I imagine this thing gets pulled out. They look at the Erling and go, yeah, we'll put it Erling there.
But because it exists, they don't run into a wall.
I guess so.
Because it's
That's
already
true.
there. The weird thing is it actually exists outside of contemporary design standards for pieces now. There are bricks like the Erling bricks that have studs on one side or two sides or four sides, but they aren't recessed like this brick is.
Right.
Which creates sort of a little gap some of the time. But because that gap's there, it allows you to change the orientation of the brick and connect them in ways that the newer bricks wouldn't be able to.
Huh.
So it's a weird thing that sort of exists. If Lego was to start today, they would have design standards established, and this brick would never get made.
Right.
And the world would be worse off.
Yeah.
So it's one of those bricks that breaks the rules. Every once in a while, the Lego group talks about discontinuing it as a brick.
Huh.
But because it's used in 30% of the sets,
exactly.
I think there'd be a revolt from the designers.
Yeah.
And so it's still there. And the Erling brick has become so important to advanced building techniques that the Creator Expert logo was changed this year to be a small, almost cube built out of 7 Erling bricks.
Yeah, so I cannot see them being able to retire it. It's too embedded. I mean, it would be, if it's such a go-to and it's such a integral part of the whole design process, if you took it away, people would be lost. In a way, they've gotten accustomed to thinking a certain way. It would rejigger your entire way of thinking.
I guess the upside is that there are tens of thousands of them in the wild at this point.
No, it's true.
And so that would help. But I think the designers themselves would just miss it.
Yeah,
they just need it to do the things they want to do. So I guess whether you want to build up or down or backwards or forwards or sideways, or perhaps you have a Lego bunny that needs some eyes, or a robot that needs laser vision, or you just want to attach a Lego sconce to a wall, the Erling brick is there to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. The legacy of the Erling brick and its designer Erling Dietrichson is here to stay. Not only do we have the Erling bricks, but Lego designers have taken to calling the 1x1 brick with studs on 4 sides the Super Erling.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the uses for it are fantastic. Like that one video we'll post of making columns.
Yep. Using the Super Erling.
It's fantastic. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many great uses that are hidden behind the scenes kind of uses that allow you to pull off these facades and really just bring life to it in a non-Lego way necessarily, or it doesn't look so bricky, but you can pull it off as this hidden kind of, it's like the stuff hiding behind your wall in your house. It's essential, it's integral, but it just makes it all look perfect. It's like the finishing, the superstructure of some kind of like paper mache thing.
Yes.
That's that kind of weird thing that you take for granted, but as soon as you get involved in making, say, a paper mache thing, you go, oh, I need to do that.
Well, and I think the Erling brick here it epitomizes Lego, right? It's here's a brick where obviously you look at the first dozen sets it's in, it is purely to hold a headlight.
Right.
It's so that they could turn one 1x1 plate in a translucent color forward to be like, here's the headlights. Before that, they were using stickers. And stickers don't look as good.
Yeah.
So it gives it a little depth, gives it a little body. It makes a great headlight. But Lego's not about using the pieces in the way they were designed to be used. It's about using the pieces in ways nobody ever thought of. And this brick has done amazing things. If you see a great mock online, chances are it has one or more of this brick in there somewhere in the background. You might not be noticing it. But it's just so useful, so versatile. It's shocking when you come across something it's not in. Yeah. Rather than the other way around.
Exactly.
So yeah, Lego. Take the bricks and do stuff with them. See what happens. And hopefully one day you can be working at Lego, and they'll name a brick after you.
That would be.
So to me, it looks like Lego is in good hands as the designers today are making sure to honor their past.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I wish I could find out more about the life and career of Erling Dietrichson, but my searches have left me with nothing. If you know of a good source of information on the life and career of Erling, contact me. and we can add the information to the site. You can leave a comment. That would be great. Or you can hit me up on Twitter. Again, I'm at Still Sorting.
Yeah. I'd like to learn more. I'm sure there is some kind of folk history out there that, designers must have it and know about it or have stories or interesting things. And it would be nice to see some of that get shared he gets credit, but to give, even more so, given what an influential designer he is.
Yes. I hope so.
Yeah. And as always, check the site for the notes for the show. So understand exactly what Jeff was talking about.
Yes.
The 1x1 flippy upside down 45 twisty thingy.
And you can also, we got a great link to a designer using the Super Erling. And he'll say the name properly every time he says it instead of me, who, with my joy of saying names, would say it differently every time. I think
that's our trademark, isn't it? Is just butchering people's names.
I think I use 37 different pronunciations, even though I have a phonetic spelling of it right here in front of me.
Look forward. If we interview you in the future, we promise we will get your name wrong.
Yep.
We will.
That's our promise to you.
We'll go out of our way. Even if your name is Smith, it'd be like Smith. Smitta. I think he's Danish, right?
Yes.
We'll figure out a way. It's our skill in life.
It's my skill for sure. Anyway, until next time, I'm Jeff.
And I'm still James.